and welcome to another Epic Battle Report. I'm Gordon, the regular host of Life or Die, and once again I'm doing battle with my good friend and fellow Epic fanatic Craig. Because we had the opportunity to play in a 6x4 board, recent reports have been on a 4x4, we wanted to shoot a large scale 6,000 point battle which had plenty of that old school vibe that we love from the old issues of White Dwarf. So, inspired by the classic battle report from issue 143 where Jervis Johnson's Eldar clashed with Andy Chambers' Blood Angels, we decided to play our own version of that battle with similar terrain and our own army lists. Titans haven't featured that much in our 3K battles, so while issue 143 was the clear inspiration for this game, our lists are much changed from that original report and do have a lot more Titans involved. Also different is that we played net epic rules and Craig placed his Blood Angels on the opposite side of the table. Even though these aspects are different, we hope fellow fans find this more enjoyable than a full restaging of the original report. After all, you can't improve on perfection, can you? So that's the preamble out the way. I'll hand over to Craig to set out his Blood Angels forces.
Okay, for my 6,000 points of Blood Angels, I've got a Scout Company on the left hand side here, and one of the detachments is going to be carried in a Thunderhawk. I've got a Land Raider Company here, so that's 9 Land Raiders in the HQ. I've got a Devastator Company in the front here, and then behind them there's a Veteran Assault Company, and I've swapped out one of the detachments of Rhinos for Razorbacks for them. And behind then I've got these Hunter Stalker and anti-aircraft tanks to deal with some pop-up attacks hopefully, and then I've got a squadron of land speeders, a squadron of Furioso dreadnoughts, and they're also going to be transported inside a Thunderhawk. For my special units, I've got the Reaver Titans, so I've got 3 Reaver Titans, armed as sort of more or less as seen. So I've got Turbo Laser Destructor and the one on the right there, and a multi-rocket launcher. He's got the Cerberus autocannon on top as well for anti-aircraft and pop-up attacks. The guy in the middle, he's got Turbo Laser Destructor, Gatling Blaster and multi-rocket launcher. And then the guy on the left has got the Inferno Gun, Plasma Blast Gun and Quake Cannon up on top. The Warhounds, they've both got Plasma Blast Guns and Gatling Blasters. And then on the right hand side, we've got the Death Company. So the Blood Angels, if you noticed, we've got a stand missing from each detachment with infantry. They go in to form up the Death Company, and they are kind of close combat specialists, have to be on charge orders, and they're led by a chaplain. And Gordon won't get any victory points for killing the individual units, but only for the chaplain. And that's my 6,000 points.
Just running through the hosts first of all. I've got the Tempest host, my old favourites, so I've got 6 of them in there for a host. I've got a Defender host, which is the Falcons, and the Guardians, which is something I don't usually take, but with the 6,000 points I felt I had to because it's an iconic and kind of core unit. But I always find the Guardians a bit useless, but we'll see if we can do anything today. I've taken a Falcon host as well, and Wind Rider host. Fans of 2nd edition will notice I'm missing 2 squads there. That's because NetEpic corrected what was an OP host, and so that's why there's only 3 squads there. I think they pretty much cost what they used to cost, roughly. They're in that kind of ballpark anyway. For support cards, I've got 3 Prism Cannons, which can do pop-up attacks. I've got Wave Serpents there. I've got 2 squads of Swooping Hawks, which do Deep Strike. 2 squads of Striking Scorpions, which will be transported in the Falcon host, as will 1 squad of Howling Banshees, and the other squad of Howling Banshees is going to get transported by the Wave Serpents. I've also got the Avatar and a Warlock, and finally, I've got 3 Titans here, so I've got 2 Phantoms. This Phantom here has 2 Pulsars on it. The other one on this side, he has 2 Heat Lands, so just ignore the power fist he's got. And last but not least, the Warlock Titan has 2 Psy Cannon or Psychic Lances, depending what you want to call them. And that's it.
Okay, so this is as we've deployed now, so just do a quick overview of the battlefield. So on my left hand flank here, I've got the Reaver Titan with the multiple rocket launcher, Turbo Laser Destructor and Cerberus autocannon, and he's got a Scout Titan with him as well. And these are facing off against Gordon's 2, where he's got Phantom Titan and a Warlock Titan, both pretty nastily armed. He's also got some Viper jetbikes, Guardians and Falcons there defending the objective. So back on this side we've got a detachment of Land Raiders, we've got Razorbacks that contain some veteran assault marines, and then Devastators and Rhinos are ready to push forward into this sort of city over here. And then on Gordon's side, he's got some Falcons that are probably going to try and pop up and take a shot at them as they come in.
Yeah, it's got some Guardians there, which...
Okay, the Guardians are inside that as well, yeah. In the middle here, holding the centre as they do, these Tempests, which are always horrible to face off against for 100 centimetre range and pop-ups. And he's also decided to have some Swooping Hawks with them as well, not in deep strikes, so they can just move as they normally would. And they're obviously going for that objective up in the middle of the hill there. Down my centre line, I've got some scouts who've infiltrated into the building there. I've got more Devastators and more Land Raiders, and the other Reaver Titan who's kind of armed for sort of long range engagements. And then I've got the Death Company backing them as well, who are just horrible in close combat. In the woods, some other scouts have infiltrated forward just to be on reserve. And I've got a Thunderhawk full of scouts at the back here as well, just to go where needed later on, hopefully. On Gordon's side, we've got...
So these are Falcons, which have got striking Scorpions inside them. Wave Serpents have got a squad of Howling Banshees on them. We've got the Avatar, who usually doesn't see action, but I'm hoping he might today. I've not bothered using the Falcons, I've just deployed these troops straight into the woods. So again, more Scorpions, more Howling Banshees. My 3 Prism Cannon here, a second squadron of Tempests, squadron of Jet Bikes. They're just Falcons without any troops, and so these ones as well, because these were the ones that we're going to be carrying. I've then got another squad of Swooping Hawks. Titanus is the one with heat lances on it. I've got a Warlock in here, and finally another detachment of Falcons carrying the Guardians.
So obviously this objective in the centre of the woods here is going to be pretty hotly contested by lots of close combat troops and the Avatar, so it might be one to avoid for me, potentially. But yeah, on my side, on my far right flank, I've got the rest of the veteran Assault Marines in their Rhinos. I've got these Stalker or Hunter anti-aircraft guns. Furiosa Dreadnoughts are the kind of close combat specialist ones inside a Thunderhawk, again, just to go where needed. Land Speeders, I've got a kind of city fighting Reaver here with the Quake Cannon and the Inferno guns to hopefully maybe hit some buildings and burn folk out of cover. And then Scout Titan on the flank as well, just to wrap things up, and some support from the Land Raiders if they need it.
Okay, the battle plan then. So I'm shooting from Craig's side of the board while he stepped into the Mr. and Mrs. soundproof booth. Well, I'll describe this. So on this flank here, obviously there's a couple of objectives, one right up the back, which my Guardians are hoping to move in. Well, they will move in and take that very quickly. I've got these 2 Titans, and the plan is to also capture this one in Craig's side of the board, the fort. He's going to face some competition from these Titans, obviously. There's some more vehicles there as well. I'm hoping that my Falcons will be able to provide some assisting fire there as well, and possibly the Tempest at long range. These Guardians are going to be moving up into this building and then pretty much staying there for the rest of the game, I think. I don't think they'll be making any moves. Tempest will be sitting, as Craig guessed, in deployment. They'll be sitting there just popping up, firing all the time. I've also got those Swooping Hawks, which will be moving up to take that objective 4. Over here, obviously, there's going to be a huge rush to objective 3. We're going to have loads of Scorpions, Howling Banshees and that Avatar are all going to be in the mix, so it will be interesting to see if Craig goes for it, because he certainly has the troops. These Blood Angels are more powerful than usual Marines in close combat, so it could be a real utter bloodbath. That obviously the Tempests, the Falcons and the Fire Prisms are going to be popping up and hopefully causing a lot of destruction to advancing forces. I've got another Titan, this is one with the heat lances, who I would like to kind of sneak up the side here and hopefully deliver a killing blow to one of these Titans here. And the Warlock, the Swooping Hawks and the Guardians have been tasked with holding objective 2. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping overall to hold this side of the board and for these Titans to kind of sweep. If they can get beyond that objective, brilliant, and hopefully come round the flank and cause some damage to Craig that way. So that's the battle plan.
So for the Blood Angels battle plan, I'll be using the long range firepower of the Reaver Titan to hopefully keep these other forces at bay and maybe pop off against the incoming jet bikes with the Cerberus autogun potentially. I'll be using the Scout Titan to push up and maybe claim that objective, or at least hold it for, or contest it for a turn if all goes well. The bulk of my kind of anti-armour forces are here as well, so they might be able to bring down a Titan if they're very lucky and get through or get past the hollow shields. For the Devastators, they're obviously just going to push into this tall building and put some overwatch over the popping up Falcons and potentially onto the Tempest as well, but they might not have a range there. Down the middle, I'm not too sure. I've just kind of thrown a bit of everything in here. Going for Objective 3 could be a fool's errand because we're likely to die to the Avatar, even with the Death Company, just because he's so powerful. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here. This is all really kind of tactical reserves in the middle, just where needed if they can get there quick enough. Same for the scouts inside of the Thunderhawk, they're really just there, might not even go anywhere on turn 1. The big city fight, obviously on the right hand side here, is going to be contested with the Devastators providing overwatch while the Assault Marines push forward. Again, I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to make it into Gordon's half or not. The Reaver Titan here is quite kitted out for potentially fighting in buildings and built up areas, so he might be able to do some work, but he's obviously coming against a Titan who's loaded out quite similarly, so it could be a good matchup. And again, Scout Titan on the right here is just going to be pushing into the flanks and maybe getting them behind some troops later on, hopefully. Okay, so you join us at the end of the movement phase for turn 1, and it's been a stressful one, I think, for both of us, to say the least. So for me, I've not really abandoned this left-hand flank here, but as you can see, I'm obviously facing off against a couple of, or a Warlock Titan and a Phantom Titan. So the little brave Scout Titan, he's pushed forward onto this ford here, and he's on charge order, so he'll be a bit harder to hit anyway, but he might suffer from this action. My Reaver Titan's taking a stroll across the water. Bit of a stramash going on here with the Viper jet bikes and the jet bikes jumping the Land Raiders, and then in turn being jumped by the Assault Marines. I didn't quite have the range with the Assault Marines and the Razorbacks to actually reach this objective here, so that changed my plans slightly. Devastators have taken up position in the building and in the centre here, and then they were jumped by Swooping Hawks. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a nasty one for them, but they've had some saviour from the Death Company that's rolled in, coming at the back of the Swooping Hawks, so that'll be pretty horrible for them. But then just to add more to this mess, we've got the Striking Scorpions have came in, and the Falcon Grav tanks to engage with the Death Company, so that's going to be another horrible one. Obviously the Tempests haven't done much yet, they're just done first fires, so they're probably going to pop up. As expected, the woods here has been flooded with elite close combat troops, and then the Avatars up behind them, so I'm not really going for it now. I've got these scouts as a bit of a screen, not decided what to do with them yet, they probably just get wrecked in this turn anyway. Land Raiders sitting at the edge of the woods, again not going to get many shots off with them I don't think. And the Reaver Titan in the middle is just kind of sidling up behind these woods. He's probably got a line of sight down to the far away Phantom Titan if anything, but that might be all he's got really. Gordon's back line of horrible popping up stuff has done exactly as you'd expect, and it's sitting on first fire ready to pop up from behind the woods with relative impunity. Howling Banshees have moved into the woods as well. On my side of the city, I've got everything's kind of piled into these buildings to take the objective and to position themselves for the next turn really. Even the Titans are being a wee bit coy again behind the buildings. And then this woods over here is just another mess of skimmers engaging each other and guys with jetpacks, so it's going to be another horrible one. I did manage to push up with my Thunderhawks at the end of the turn, or the end of the movement phase there, so I managed to get a jump here. Piled scouts into this building here to engage with the Warlock and Guardians on that objective. And then the Furioso Dreadnoughts have jumped out here ready to melt a gun Falcons and potentially get some shots on this Phantom Titan as well, but they're not great stats wise, so I'm not hoping for too much from them. And yeah, that's the end of the movement phase. Have you got anything to add, Gordon?
The body count will be through the roof.
Hopefully. Let's see.
As I'm on the initiative, I'm popping up with these falcons first of all, and you're going to target Craig's warhound in the ford. They're just about out of range for the back titans, so it's usually 4 pluses, but because he's on charge, -1, so 5 or 6s. 1.
Yeah.
So 1 shield gun.
Okay, so for my first fire, I've not actually got much. Most of my stuff either advanced or charged, so kind of down to the dregs, unfortunately. But we've got the command land raider here. Is going to take a shot at the warlock titan, and he's got witch sight as his psychic power, which makes him -1 to hit. So I'm normally hitting on 5s, hitting on 6s this time. Nada.
My falcons here are popping up to attack, and they're actually splitting fire. We're going to fire 2 of them. Are going to fire these 2 dreadnoughts in between the buildings here. The third one can't actually see this one here, which is unfortunate. So instead, he is going to fire across this. This land raider. I wanted to fire at him, but he's a centimetre out of range. So this one is in range. So because he's in the edge of the woods, -1 to hit him. So the red dice are dreadnoughts, 4 pluses, 5 plus for the green dice. 1 hit on 1 of your dreadnoughts.
Is it a minus?
-2.
I think he's actually he's dead.
Okay, so I'm going to pop up one of his prison cannon, and he's going to try and shoot one of the dreadnoughts that I missed there. So 3 pluses are quite accurate, which is good. That's a hit. -2.
6 there. No.
Okay, I'm going to pop up with these falcons here, and the furthest away one, when it pops up, can see this dreadnought, and the other 2 are going to target 2 land raiders over there. So they're just in the fringes of range, and so 2 dice, 4 or more at the 2 land raiders, and 4 or more again for the dreadnought. 1 land raider's hit, and the dreadnought's hit -2s.
For the land raider,
4 more.
9, and the dreadnought needs 6 now. No, he's got.
Okay, next 2 prison cannons are going to both fire, just combining it to speed things up. Firing at the 2 land raiders, 3 pluses, 1 hit, 4 more.
Okay.
One gun. First squad of Tempests are going to pop up, so this guy is going to fire. He's the only one that can see enough of the Titan to fire at the Reaver at the back here. So he'll fire at that one. The next one will fire at the Land Raider right in front of him with 2 barrels, and the back one will fire at this exposed Land Raider as well. So I'll do the Titan first, 4 mores, 2 hits, 2 shields off. The Land Raider right in front of him, 4 mores, 1 hit, -3, so 5 or 6 save.
Yep.
Saved, well done. And the last guy, 2 barrels at him, missed. So my other Tempests are going to pop up.
Yep, I'm going to snap fire at them with my Cerberus anti-aircraft cannon on the back of the Reaver here. So it's only 4 dice hitting on 5s, so I'll put 2 barrels onto 1 barrel each of the other ones. Yep. So hitting on 5s, 2 hits.
2 hits. 1 of me.
Yeah,
2 different targets.
-1.
-1. Okay, so 2 pluses. Come on, not snake eyes. No, saved. Okay, so they are going to fire now, and they're going to. Some of their venom is going to go right back at that Reaver, and they're going to split their fire. They're going to put 4 barrels at the Reaver to try and strip as many shields as possible, and 2 onto this Warhound as well. So 4 pluses. Only 1. Yeah, that was poor.
Shield on.
Okay, the Warlock then is going to fire its attackers. There's behind the building here. We've got a grav tank firing at.
The scouts. Yeah.
Scouts. 4 plus to kill him first of all. Nope. He's going to use the Mind Blast and his gun. He's not been attacked by that.
No.
It's just, okay, so Mind Blast 4 plus. 2 missed, and his gun, which is -2 because you're in the building, so it'll be a 6 and a 4. Oh, maybe. No. Close combat then.
Yep.
The massacre begins. Okay, so my bikes attacked your Land Raiders first of all.
Yep.
So I'll start here.
Okay.
1 and 1. 10.
9.
1, okay. Both +3, so I just edged that one. Okay, this one when it's 2 against 1. 9.
Definitely got me there.
Okay, so this one then, 1 and 1.
10.
7. You got me there. Well done.
Now we're into secondary attackers then.
Yeah, so you've got 3 dice against my 2. What's
Yeah.
your cap?
+5, so it'll be +2 overall.
Yeah, 3 dice plus 2. 12. Nope.
Which ones?
Oof.
No.
Insta death.
Okay, these guys. It's tough to...
12, but you get +3, so
Yeah.
dead.
Okay.
Oh, might actually do it.
This.
11.
Yeah.
Is that enough? 6, 7, +3, is it?
Yep.
10, then you've got. So now my Vipers are now ganging up on you, so I now get 3 against your 2.
Yep.
So even though this guy wasn't he had ganged up on my guy, but this means I'm the secondary attacker. So, is it +6 you've got?
+5.
+5, so you get +2 overall. This is +3. So, sorry, I've miscalculated it. So it's +2 you get overall. 2 dice +2, as I get 3 dice. That's it. So it's 8 standoff.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, this one here.
You got me.
Just. Or did I?
Oh no, wait, sorry.
9, 7,
Standoff
9.
again, is it?
Yeah. Yep, standoff again.
Our maths is terrible. Yeah,
Okay.
you got me there.
Well, you can still do it.
No.
10, no. So he's gone. And the last one.
Oh.
Nah, he's got it.
Okay.
Okay, and here then, my Swooping Hawks attack your Devastators. So Swooping Hawks are +2, Devastators +1. I get +1 overall. It was 7 as well, so 8 just edges it. Next one. 8, 9, you win that one. Standoff, sorry.
Alright.
Okay, this one here.
Got you there though.
Yeah.
Just by one.
Yeah, and the last one.
Got you there. Good stuff.
Didn't need all your secondary attackers that much. Okay, so now you get your 3 dice.
Right, let's see where we need to roll now.
No. Okay, and here. No.
No. 6 there.
Yeah, 6. Okay, so that's cleared them out.
Okay, now next.
Onto
Striking
the
Scorpions
Striking
versus.
Scorpions. So what you guys got?
+6. So you're basically 3d6.
3 dice versus 2 dice, yeah.
Basically. Oof.
Oof, unlucky.
Nicely done.
For the objective.
What's a standoff?
9 standoff. Okay, but now I get 4d6 because I've got a secondary attack.
Jeez.
Good luck. Yeah, just it wasn't that.
That wasn't
convincing.
too close. No. Cheers.
Okay, into here then. So my bites jumped your land speeders, so it's basically even odds here all the way. So
Sure.
just start here and then work our way.
Yeah.
In fact, that's the furthest one back, so we'll start with him.
Okay.
9, 8, unlucky. Onto this one. 8 standoff. This one.
Yep.
Oof, snake eyes. Go on. This one. 11.
Yeah, you got me.
And this one. You got him.
Got you. Cool.
Okay, now you've got your secondary attackers.
Yep. So
What's coming in first?
I'll go for the assault marine. I think.
Okay, so 3D plus. Oh, 3
+2. Yeah, overall, isn't it?
Are you +5?
Yeah, +5.
Aye. No.
Cool.
Okay, same again here.
Yeah, we'll do the same again with that. Yeah.
Go on.
And same again with that one as well.
Yeah. 10, 12, so I can draw.
Oof, really.
Valiant attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've cleared out those woods.
Yeah, not that tactically important, but still, it feels good.
Okay, so it's a Battle of the Gutter. The Guardians with 0 calf and the Scouts with +1.
Yep.
So, do you want to do for the objective first?
Sure, why not? Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh,
Snake eyes, good.
I'm more bothered about this one. So the
Warlord.
Warlord, so he gets +2, so I get +1 overall. When you
Okay.
Oof, 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. Oh, Warlock's gone.
Excellent.
And there's also behind this building, even odds because it's a grab tank. 11.
No, you got me. Cheers.
Nice. Okay, so my Phantom Titan is going to fire because I have initiative before all this comes right back at me. So he's going to fire his 2 pulsars and they're going to go for your Reaver. He's also going to fire his missile launcher wing into these, what are they, Razorbacks?
Razorbacks, yeah.
And I'm also going to fire the las cannon at the Warhound. I'll save the good stuff to last.
Okay.
So I'll fire the missile launcher. It's a direct barrage, so it doesn't scar. 5 or 6s to hit. Gets 1.
That's 1, yep. And that's a -2.
Nothing, just a 0.
-0.
0. Straight save.
Yeah, I think that's dead.
The las cannon wing then will fire at the. So it's -1, so these are, instead of being 3+, they're 4 pluses. 1 hit, and that strips their shield.
Yep.
And last of all, pulsars, 2 pluses to hit against this Reaver. 1 hit, D6 hits, 3, so 3 shields off.
2 shields and 1 through then.
Yeah, I'll just go straight for the head.
Straight for the head, okay. Up, it's the weapons is auto cannon thing.
Okay, so -2.
-2, 4 pluses, he's okay.
That's fine, well done.
Okay, so my advanced fire, I'm going to fire this Reaver while he's still got a chance because he's lost all his shields, so he might not be long for this world. So he's going to unleash everything into the Warlock Titan, and even though it's a -1 to hit him, it's still worth going for. So first of all, he's going to fire his rocket launcher, which is I need to scatter it first of all because of the hollow fields. So it does go back.
That's still going to be enough to catch. It's got to be 6+.
That's right. So you're right.
So you're fine. You can target me.
I'll target you, and it's going to be a 5+ because of the -1 to hit him.
6, you've hit.
Well done. And that's a -1 only, I think. But I think about the wings. Can maybe get a flashback, or no, we don't get a flashback, but we can get a hollow field destruction on it. Yep. So we'll go for that. We'll go for the right wing. Why not?
Okay, hit.
That's going to be a 4+ to save that.
Come on.
Pass through, and then for damage.
4.
4, wing destroyed. Yay, hollow field stopped working for the rest of the game. Nice. Now it's turbo laser destructor, so that's going to be normally hitting on 3s, but it'll be hitting on 4s this time. 1 goes through, and that's going to be. I'll go for the reactor. No, go for the head. Go for the head. Left and down is a weapon.
Weapon, okay.
And you're going to be a -2. Yep.
What's the save on it?
It's a 2+, so 4 more.
1. No.
Okay. And it's only a 1. So weapons damage cannot be used until repaired, so you get a chance at the end of the turn.
Okay. So one of the side cannons is down, which is kind of good news for you.
Yes, especially with my lack of shield, is going to be horrible.
Alright, my Warlock Titan then. Yeah, so that's not great news that one of those side cannons is down. So the one side cannon will fire at the Warhound. The missile launcher mount is going to fire in there, and the las cannon will target the Reaver. So I'll deal with the missile launcher first. So I've got 4 Razorbacks under that, 5 or 6s. 1.
We're looking for a fight
Saved. Yeah, well done. The 2 las cannon at the Reaver, 3 pluses. 1 hit.
Goes through, yep. Where do you fancy?
Head, please.
Okay. So that's onto the
Weapon.
auto gun again, so
-2.
-2, so 4+ again to save.
Well done.
Saved.
Okay, and when I look, I can do more damage here. So usually it's 4+ for the side cannon because he's a Warlock Titan using it. But this Warhound is in charge, so it's going to be 5 or 6 to hit. Come on. Hey, hit.
Jeez.
So straight damage to the head.
Yep.
Because there's no armor save because of the side cannon.
2 is damaged. What's that? Half calf. Roll a 4+ to give him orders. Yeah, not too bad. Not really. I've got quite a lot of stuff on advanced fire, but I've not got a lot of targets, unfortunately. So what I can do is I can fire my Reaver at this Phantom Titan, but he's only really got range with his multiple rocket launcher, which is a bit rubbish. But we'll do it anyway. So scatter dice again because it's a direct fire, but it's got hollow fields. Again, it's a miss then.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Phantom, a bit like your Reaver, doesn't have a lot of targets here, so he's got the 2 heat lances. The heat lances are going to fire at each of these guys here, as are the las cannon mounts. And the barrage missile launcher wing will fire at those 2, so I'll just roll for that first of all. 5 or 6s. And cocked. It's cocked. It's just 1, sorry. No, both missed. Okay, the heat lance hits on 2+, but -2 because you're in the building.
Yep, sure thing.
If I miss this, I'll follow up with the las cannon attacks. So 4+. 1. I would have fired one. I declared 1 barrel each, so 5 or 6. No.
Okay, so back to me for advanced fire. I'm going to use the Razorbacks. So they've got a twin-linked weapon, which has a range of 50 and 75. So you basically lose out on the ones that are at the back here for firing their shorter range one, and it's linked, so you can't choose different targets with the other barrels. It's a bit of a pain, but anyway, all that said, it's 5+ to hit, -1 target save modifier. So these will be 6s, I guess, against the big guy. Just the 1.
Yeah.
And we'll go for the head.
Okay.
I think it's the same as a reactor anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. What is it, 2+?
So it's a -1, so yeah, it's a 2+. Oh. 4.
Destroyed?
Yes, same as 1 or 2, but the damage cannot be repaired. It's not destroyed, it's just a half cap. Can only move or fire if you roll a 4+.
Oh man.
And it can't be repaired. Okay, me again, and I've got Land Raider on the wood line, on the tree line here is going to fire up its las cannons and its point defense into the jet bikes. So it'll be one on each, 1 barrel on each. So the red dice will be the las cannons hitting on 5s, blue dice will be hitting on 6s. Okay, that was a bit of a mistake for me there. They only actually get 1 bolter dice, but because I rolled 2 6s, it's moot, I guess.
Yep.
But you still get 1 save.
6.
So karma all in all worked out there. Still me with the advanced fire. So the Reaver Titan here has got a shot with his Quake Cannon all the way across to these striking scorpions in the hill here. And you can only see 1 of them, but it's a blast template weapon, so we'll be able to cover 2. So hitting on 3s for them. Just
both dead.
Both dead, yeah. He's also got a plasma blast gun, which is only a 50 centimeter range, and it's just in for one of these guardians. I can fire 2 barrels, but I think I'll just do the 1 because I can save that for another turn then. Hitting on 3s again. No, it's a miss. Squadron of Land Raiders here. They've not got much sights, but they do have a shot right through to these falcons here. So we'll go for that. Barrel on each. Hitting on 5s. 1 hit.
5 or 6 to save. 1. Nope.
Okay, and now this detachment of Land Raiders is going to fire against the Phantom over there. They're just in range, so 5 pluses, 4 dice, nada. Furiosa Dreadnought here, he's going to take a shot. So he's got a melta-gun and a heavy flamer. So he's going to fire the melta-gun into the side of the grav tank and the heavy flamer against the Guardian stand in front of him. So first of all, the grav tank hitting on 4s. It's a hit, and it'll be a -2 side armor.
6. No, 5. Still fails.
Still failed. And then the Guardian stand is a miss. He's also got a bolter point defense as well, so that'll go into the Guardian. Nope.
Okay, so even though you can't repair the head damage or the wing damage, you can try and get this side cannon back online, so 4 or more. Done it. So both weapons operational.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I need to roll for shields first of all, so get us a shield back, and more importantly, is it the head damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is repaired. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, and then for this Titan here, he needs to get 4 shields back potentially. He gets 2 of them. This guy lost a couple of shields as well, somewhere along the line. Nope, he doesn't get them back. And then lads over here, quite happy behind the building and safe. Okay, casualties wise, we've got not too much from the Blood Angels in terms of breakages, or nothing from breakages actually at the moment. Land Speeders are obviously close to it. The Assault Company is pretty close. Obviously it started off with Rhinos taken away and losing one to the Death Company and all that kind of stuff, as did the rest of them. So yeah, it's nearly there.
The Dreadnought's broken?
The Dreadnoughts are broken, yeah, you're right, sorry, there's just one of those guys left. And then for the Eldar, it's really just the jet bike host.
Jet bike host is broken, you've wiped out Swooping Hawks, you've also broken Striking Scorpions, and of course you killed the Warlock. So you get 6 for the jet bike host, 1 for the Warlock, and 2 each for the Swooping Hawks and the Striking Scorpions. So it's 11 points you've taken off me there.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, so we need to do some break tests actually. Here's a rarity for us in the end of turn 1, but we'll go for it anyway. So I've got my Dreadnought, which again, I checked the rules, and Dreadnoughts apparently they're not fearless or anything, so he could just run away. But he's okay, he's fine. Okay,
so I have bikes to deal with. So they were wiped out in that flank. So I've got the jet bike, which is 3+. Survives. The Vipers, I really don't want them to fall back. That's good enough. I've also got my Striking Scorpions, which are 2+, and they're fine as well. And the other ones you destroyed were the Swooping Hawks, who routed, and the Grav tank doesn't.
That's right, yeah.
It's immune, I think, because it's with Warlocks.
Cool. Right, so that's the end of turn 1. So here's the lay of the land. Titans are all still standing in various different states of repair, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not even feeling too good about my Warlock.
No, the Warlock didn't see that one coming, funnily enough, but he was a big target for me. I've pretty much put all my firepower into him, so I'd hope to have some reward off of it. Objective-wise, what have we got? We've got the Warhound sitting on top of the ford, that's under one of them.
Yeah, I've got Guardians sitting on top of another one here.
Yep, Guardians in this building.
That building. My Scorpions are holding on just to this objective.
That's right, that could be a nasty one for next turn.
You've got the
Scouts sitting under that one.
Swooping Hawks in this one. You've got your Assault Troops on this one.
They are, yep.
And this one is contested.
Yep.
And just a little footnote here, we've only just discovered, we never even noticed this when we were setting up, that there are actually 5 objectives in this half of the board. Why they did that in White Dwarf, I don't know, because there should be 4 on each side, and we genuinely just placed them down and didn't even think about it. So it's quite an advantage for me. And you'll notice as well, I don't think we mentioned at the start, we actually played this the other end. There was no conscious decision. Craig
I actually picked this end quite happily, so didn't really think about it. And I also placed the objective, so it's completely my bad. But I was just going by the photo, and I think in the photo there's a road that runs down the middle of it, and it looks like it's bang in the middle, and it could just be that it's actually in your half a little bit or something, but either way, it doesn't matter.
It just looks like desperation for me to win. It does. I've got to have 5 objectives in one half of the board.
It does, and you won't be able to sleep tonight, I know for a fact, but
I don't know about that.
We'll see how it goes, if it makes a difference or not. Okay, so final victory points for turn 1 after everything's toted up is you've got 21 points, Gordon, for your 4 objectives and the Dreadnoughts, which are only worth 1. And I'm on 26 with 3 objectives and 11 kill points.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, it's all to play for.
So we haven't even placed our orders, but I'm firing off the Wave Serpents fields. I mean, this is actually the first time I've ever done this. I've never done it before because I think I don't like it. I just don't like it. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah. So it's 2d6 times 10 centimetres that they'll fire. So this is going to 80, so it'll go right through your guys here. And so I think 2 of them, you've got to do it, it's a -2 to save modifier.
Oh right, okay.
There's no roll to hit.
Yep.
4 pluses. Both saved, well done. So that did nothing. Well, it's stopped them moving this turn.
Right. Okay.
They're basically pushed to the edge of the thing, but this is the one that's maybe nastier for you. Okay, so again, 2d6 times 10, 70 centimetres. So yeah,
as far as it needs to go.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's going to plough through everything in there, which is going to give you a -2 TSM. That is so nasty. This is why I don't do this.
Yeah, sure. So they're all just dead.
Is there nothing that's get fixed saves?
No, nothing fixed saves.
Wow.
Right, we had to get the laser pointers out. I think we need a quantity surveyor in here to help us with this one. But so we've worked out it's 4 centimeters wide going along this path. So essentially, it's going to be all of these Marines except for the 2 Death Company here, this guy, that Rhino, this building, these 2 Rhinos, and then 4 of the Razorbacks.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about it is, I mean, it doesn't say it stops at a building. I mean, to me, if the building doesn't collapse, it shouldn't really. To me, it doesn't make a lot of sense that it would keep going.
It's all shenanigans, isn't it? Really, but right, we'll try and work this out as best we can. So the guys are just vaporized. We know that much.
Yeah.
So what are we talking there? Oh, these. I wonder if the chaplain might get a fixed save actually, potentially. Okay, so yeah, the chaplain, Death Company chaplain, does get a 6+ fixed save for all it's worth. No, so he's dead, and that's I think the Death Company are effectively gubbed now. I don't know what they do. I need to work it out. I need to look it up in the rules, see what they do. Okay, so it was two Death Companies survived, and then these guys all went, didn't they?
Your Rhinos get saves. Yeah.
Yeah.
6s. No.
He's dead. Okay, so now it's hitting this building. 4+ normally, -2, so 6+ on 2 dice. It's going down. Yep. It says you get a bailout roll, as opposed to a save.
Usually a 4+.
So he's okay. He's bailed out. The building's gone. Rhino needs to make a save now as well. It's gone. Where's all my casualties here? Right, and then what have we got? We've got this building here now with a
6+ again.
6+ again. It's
That's
okay, thankfully.
I'm happy that it stops there.
No, we've done it now. So it's going through these 2 Rhinos. They were both magically saved, and then 4 of the Razorbacks to make saves. They're all gone. Jeez, that might be enough to break in a company. Okay, I've interrupted Gordon's movement here, so he's moved the Viper jet bikes across to get shots onto the Titans, but I've decided to snap fire this Cerberus autocannon at them. I figure I've got more chance of killing them than I do these Tempests with it. So hitting on 5s, just a 1, and it's what did I say it was, -1?
Yeah, they've got it.
Okay, so we're at the end of turn 2 movement now, and there's not too much happening on the left hand side here. My Titans have both went on first fire. The individual tanks that are left from these detachments have moved around a little bit. Gordon's Vipers, as you saw a second ago, made it in relatively unscathed, just losing 1 to the snap fire. So they're in a good position there. Titans haven't really moved, especially the Warlock hasn't done anything obviously because it's got to do its roll if it wants to move, so he decided to keep them extensively on first fire orders, I guess.
Yeah, it's once I actually try and do something, it will be first fire, so it will be the first fire phase. I'll roll the dice and we'll see what happens.
These guys on first fire at the back there, the Phantoms obviously on advance just to get the hollow field save a bit better. The Rhinos have went their own way and a bit kamikaze here, and the Guardians who've piled in behind them. There's a bit of a stramash going on in there. On the top of the hill is obviously where all the action's happening, with the chaplainless Death Company have charged the Striking Scorpions, and then the Wave Serpents have came in behind them to steal the objective as well. Unfortunately, these scouts took the Black Rage, which means they left their objective that they had secured and charged out towards the Striking Scorpions, which is a bit of a pain because that means they're probably going to lose this objective now, as Gordon's jumped in with a jet bike. So
no, you get 2.
HQ units have piled in to take them, but it's kind of taking them away from what they might have been doing. Devastators in first fire, as you'd expect. Tempest at the back on first fire, as is their way, as is the Falcons on the hill, of course, as well. My other Reaver in the middle is moved, shimmied slightly just to get a bit of an angle on to that Phantom over there. So I don't know if he's got the range, but he's certainly got line of sight. These Land Raiders are obviously messed up by the Wave Serpents last turn, so only one of them managed to kind of reposition a little bit. Again, everyone's feeling brave in the middle here. I actually charged all of Gordon's units here, mostly to negate them getting in to double up on me, and obviously it takes away the Howling Banshee's Psychic Scream ability, so that's quite good. And Rhinos against Striking Scorpions in this edition is kind of funny because they lose the third d6. In fact, they lose 2 of their dice. They go down to 1d6 plus 6, so Rhinos weirdly have got a chance against Striking Scorpions. Quite crazy. So yeah, that's all happening over there. Everything at the back on first fire. My Thunderhawks have moved in to take up position and get some shots. Maybe if they don't get shot down in the first fire phase, of course. Over here, it's all a bit of a mess again. I've kind of geared up almost for another turn. Everything's kind of got into cover. There's a bit of fighting going on in the building over this objective, of course. Gordon's Titan has moved in behind to really melt these guys out of the building, and my guys have kind of geared up for if there is another turn, potentially jumping around there. And then again, in my side of the city, Devastators on first fire. Reaver Titan coming round on advance. He's kind of just a big target now for everything going to get shot at potentially. And yeah, that's the end of movement.
Okay, so I'm going to try and activate my Warlord Titan in first fire orders before he gets absolutely decimated here. But I need a 4+ to actually do anything, so let's see what happens. No, so he doesn't, so over to you, Craig.
Okay, so for my first fire, I've got these Devastators in the building here. So 2 in this building are going to fire into the Phantom, and 2 in this building have got range and line of sight to the Tempest there. So we'll do the Tempest first of all. So I'll be hitting on 5s. Just a 1, and that's just a -1, so
2+,
saves fine. And then let's do the same again for the Titan.
Ooh,
3 hits, yep.
Okay, so 3 saves of 3+ for the Hollowfields. Once
One goes through. Go for the wing tip again, I think. Down.
So it's a wing weapon.
Okay.
So it's a 2+, so 3+ save.
Yes, please. That's a 1. That's a 4. Destroyed, is it?
No, hang on. A 4 means you're rolling down. It's wing weapons 1 to 3, rolling the wing, 4 to 6, rolling the weapon. So that just all you've determined is you're doing the weapon.
Okay.
So now roll the weapon damage.
Okay. 2.
So it's going to be damage and can't be used till repaired. So that is the last cannon mount, which is kind of good for you.
Yeah. Excellent. I'll take that.
2 Falcon Grav tanks behind this building here, and they're popping up to fire at the Reaver. 4 remorse. No, nothing.
Okay, I've got the Warhound on first fire, so it's in range of both the Titans, so I've got a bit of a choice to make, but I'm going to put my Gatling Blaster into the Phantom, and then I'm going to do Plasma Blast Gun at the Warlock, yep. So 4 dice for the Gatling Blaster hitting on 5s, and the Warlock is going to be hitting on, it's normally a 3, but it goes to a 4, I guess, with which side?
No, I don't have which side, I can't move.
Oh, is it only if you move?
It's only if you're moving, he's got no abilities now.
Wonderful. Oh, it's a miss anyway. But all of the Gatling Blasters hit.
Okay, so 4 dodges to do, so 3 pluses. Oh,
3 go through, okay.
some honking rolls too. What are you going for?
It's only a -1, so I'll go for the wings. 1 on each wing and 1 in the head, just to confuse things.
Okay.
So the
That's one.
top right wing first of all, up and left are missed. Other one is a direct hit on the wing.
So 4+. 1 again.
That's a 5.
Oh, that's good. So wing destroyed. Titan's Hollowfield still working for the rest of the game.
Wonderful. Okay.
In
And
the head.
into the head. Sorry, it's a -1. Oh, sorry, I need to roll a scatter first, of course. Up is a miss. Yep. Happy with that though.
Yeah, he will be.
And the Plasma Blast Gun missed, so yep, all good.
Okay, I've got 3 Grav tanks popping up here to fire at the Reaver, and 4 remorse. 2 hits, 2 shields off.
Shields, that's him shieldless.
Good.
Okay, it's back to me, and the Reaver Titan on first fire, fearing imminent death, is going to multiple rocket launcher onto the Vipers that you can see there, and then turbo laser destructor into the
hapless warlock.
Yeah, poor warlock. Right, so I'll do these lads under the template first. They'll be hitting on 4s, 2 dead, and then turbo laser destructor hitting on 3s. 1 hit. I'll go for the head. Yeah, I'll go for the down reactor. I really wanted the reactor anyway, so that was kind of good. -2.
It's a 3+.
Yay.
At last, I roll good. Okay, so I'm really hoping the Tempests are going to do some good here. They're going to pile into this Reaver Titan, so 6 barrels, 4 pluses.
2?
2, only 2, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go for the head.
Yes.
In both. Hit. And hit.
Oh, nasty.
So -3s.
-3, so 4 pluses. Saved.
No!
Okay, back to me, and I'm running out of first fire options, so I'm going to use the last Devastator in this detachment who survived the wave. He's going to fire that back Falcon there, so hitting on 5s. 2 hits, yep.
No.
No, good.
Another 2 Falcons firing here, so I'm going to go straight for the Titan, popping up 4 moors. 4 and a 3, so 1 shield off.
Yes. Okay, so back to me. Got the Devastator detachment in the building here. They're going to take a couple of shots at the Tempests, and the rest of them are going to fire into the Warlock Titan. So firing at the Tempests, in fact I'll split the fire between 2 of them, so 2 barrels on each. 2 shots at each, yep. Nothing.
Okay.
Yes. And then firing at the Warlock. So we've got 6 barrels there total.
5 or 6s.
And 5s. Just 2.
2.
Yeah.
Head is it?
Reactor. Go for the reactor because it's already.
They're both the same anyway.
Yeah, you saved. Yeah, there's no damage on any of them, is there?
The head's damaged.
Head's damaged. Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
for the head then because then I'll get
that's why I can move.
Yeah, I'll get the cumulative damage on that. So head and left.
Wing weapon.
Okay, and 1 on the head. So
so wing weapon is a 2+, so 3+ saved, and the head will be 2+ saved. Okay, so I've got a grav tank running behind this building here, which I'm just going to try and shoot one of the assault troops that's attacking me, so that's 4 more. Nope, he's failed. The 3 prism cannons are going to fire at the Reaver. So that's 3 pluses, 2 hits, 2 shields. The 2 grav tanks at the back are going to fire at the Reaver. So that's 4 mores, 1 hit.
Last shield.
This is a real conundrum now, because I really want to get rid of these Thunderhawks. It's not going to happen really, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to pop up with these. I'm going to put 4 barrels into the Reaver, and then I'm going to put a barrel at each.
Excellent.
Into them. So I'll deal with the Reaver first.
Sure thing.
4 mores. 2.
2 hits.
So one's through. Not right?
No, they're both through.
Oh, both through. Sorry. And the red's the closest Thunderhawk to me. 4 mores. Red one's hit. The other one's fine. -3.
I think he's just dead.
Yeah, I think they're 4+ on that.
That's right.
So 2 hits. Go for the head. Because there's no reactor on those.
Yep.
Front. Hit.
Okay.
And left.
A weapon, I'm sure.
So is that the melter gun or something like that?
Inferno gun, probably.
Inferno gun, yeah.
Okay, so head, what's that? -3. Ooh, so 4, is that a save for him? Nope, it's 1+. Oh, it's alright.
Okay.
So, just to prove I'm not lying, there we go.
Okay.
And the weapon, it's a 2+, so it'll be 5.
6.
Nope,
3.
that's through it. You can reroll that if you want.
No, that's
Sure. 2 damage, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannot get a killer blow in any of these times. It's unbelievable.
Well, yep, I know how I feel as well.
Yeah. Okay. Into my swooping hawks were in first fire orders, and they can first fire. We checked the rules beforehand about woods. Yeah, fire. So 5 or 6s. Actually, I'll put 1 dice different because one of them's getting attacked by scouts. So that's a scout. 5 or 6s. None. Okay, so the 3 of them will go straight for the warhound.
Sure thing.
For wars. Just 1 hit.
That's his shield away.
3 of them will pop up and fire at the warhound as well. The goblins can't do anything, so I'm not bothered about them. Triple 1. That sums up the day with the dice today.
Okay, it's the battle of the +0 calf guys here. We've got the guardians against the rhinos. The issue with them obviously is that they're inside a building and I'm not, so you'll get a +2 on me. So we'll just go
11.
No, you got him. Next one, no.
Oh, 11. Just
got me, yep.
12 in fact. And the last one. Standoff.
Yep,
But I'm getting my second
yep,
attack.
go for it.
I don't get a +2 this time.
No. You've
That's
got me.
good enough.
Yeah, you've got me. It was a desperate charge. So.
You've also got 2 rhinos in behind there.
Yep,
my
right.
grav tanks. So my grav tanks get +1. 8. Yeah, rhinos
just
going. Edged it.
Oh,
And 11.
jeez. Oh well. Okay, so we've got the battle of the HQ units versus this jetbike here for the objective. So I've got +4 on use, +1 overall.
Yeah. 6.
No, you've
You
got
win. No.
Oh, sorry.
You get +1.
Yeah, sorry.
So you've got that objective up in the hill. So I've got 3d6 +6. It was these guys that attacked first, wasn't it?
That's right.
Right, so what's your guys get?
+6.
Okay, so it's 2 dice versus 3 dice. 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll do the first one here. Oof, 15.
Nasty.
Okay, but now things even up because you've got secondary attackers.
Yep, correct.
So, and it was these first again, so it's
So it's 3d6 versus 3d6.
11.
Stand
just.
off?
No,
No, you've
6,
got me
9.
by 1. Sorry. So it's him. Yeah.
Put you by 2.
Yeah.
We'll do this one.
And I've got you there.
Yeah.
Now this guy was
So
46.
4 dice versus 1d6 + 6.
That's right.
I can actually do it.
Yeah, I can, absolutely.
+6,
Yeah,
8.
you've got him.
Yeah, still got him.
Right, wave serpent's versatile anyway. You've got 3d6 on him. Oh no, wait.
No, he didn't attack him, I
him.
don't think.
Okay.
+1. No, you win that one. Okay, Howling Banshees versus Scouts. So we'll get 2d6 +6.
So
Well,
+5 overall, really. Yep.
Dead.
Yep.
Next one.
Oh, snake eyes.
Oofed.
Yep. It's pretty horrible. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
What were these dice with the Tempest?
Right, and now these guys are.
Yeah.
You've got +1 on me then? Is that right?
Yeah, just, yeah.
You've still got me, yep.
Yeah.
Nastiness.
Okay, now you're going to be better than me here, so you
Right.
get a +3 against me overall. 13.
Standoff. Oh no, you beat
sorry.
me. You beat me. Yeah.
8, aye, 10, aye. That was an important one.
Sure was. Right.
Okay, and there's 2 against 1, this one.
7.
Nice.
Okay, so we've got the rhinos against the striking scorpions, so it's 1d6 +6 against 2d6.
9. 10. Oh, standoff.
Standoff.
Oh, 12.
Yes. So you've got +6 on me with these
And
matches.
2d6, yeah.
2d6. Yeah.
Just does it.
Mm-hmm.
We're working from this side, so.
Yeah, that's fine. We're really just there to stop you getting in.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. The last one. Oh, no,
Auto death.
absolutely.
So my guardians attacked Scout, so he attacked him, he attacked him, he attacked him. Okay, so we're dealing with that first.
Yep.
And you get a +1.
Yeah, scouts are +1, yeah. Oops,
12.
you got me.
Okay, so that's him dead. We'll deal with the objective last, seeing as that's an important one.
Sure
Deal with
thing.
this. 11.
Yep, you've got me.
I wish I had rolled for the objective. Okay, objective. 10. 9.
Yep, you've got me again.
Guardians are doing alright in combat.
Yeah, they certainly are. Or poets and writers, or whatever they're meant to be.
Okay, so you've got a guy attacking from outside here.
Yep.
He wasn't
He's
fighting.
not
In fact, you
big.
get 2,
Yeah.
but I get a +2 because I'm in the building.
So +3 for me overall.
Yeah, that'll do it. You've got a rhino outside the building attacking a guardian.
So it's just a
I
straight dice.
think you get a. He was a secondary attacker, so you get an extra dice.
Oh, right, okay.
11. Oh,
Close. Secondary attacker in there. So
I get a +2.
yeah, so I'm +3, 3d6 +3 overall. Jeez. 12. We can still, yeah, you can still.
No.
I've got the guy at the back there. So is he
He's
a
got-
secondary attacker? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
of course he is.
He's wasted.
Oh, what's
Well, I don't know, because what's your captain get?
he's a plus salt HQ +4.
Yeah, I still couldn't beat it. Because it was 10, 14, so
Yeah.
let's go in.
That's fine, but the one that remains is the important one. Of course, this is where the objectives in this game are also a bit of an annoyance for me.
Yeah, quite annoying. I wouldn't do that. Normally we're just falling again, White Dwarf.
Yeah. So what have we got?
So you've got a assault stand and 2 rhinos attacking a falcon.
Okay, so I went in with the assault stand first, I think. So
What do you get?
+5.
+5, so +4. I can't beat that. Already gone. And that resolves close combat. Okay, into the advanced fire phase then. My 2 Vipers are going to fire into because I got a 360 fire arc. I'm going to fire into the back of this Warhound. The purple dice are -1, the red dice is a 0, but because it's the back I might have a chance of taking out the reactor here. So 5 or 6 is 1, and that's a -1. What's the save on it?
4+.
Aye, so that's good, so it's a -1, so
Oh, in fact, I couldn't tell you were talking rubbish, sorry.
that's the real.
It's the Warhammer that gave me a...
Anyway, it's a
It's a
hit.
hit anyway, aye. So, and it's still a 4+. So
5 or 6.
5 or 6. Oh, no, it's
Right,
through.
come on. Big 6. Oh man, I can't believe this.
Damaged.
Damaged. Yeah. Sorry, so that was the first jet bite, the second jet bite, same deal, 5 or 6s. 2 hits, 1 -1, 1 -0.
Okay.
-0. 0. Okay, so the -1 first of all I'm rolling for. Going for the reactor. Missed.
Yep, that's this.
0. Hits the reactor.
Okay. It's a save, yep.
Well done.
Okay, for my advanced fire, I'm going to use my melta cannons or melta guns on the land speeder into this phantom here. So it's 3 dice hitting on 3s. 2 hits.
Saves of 3+.
No,
And
it's
got
fine. Nice one.
Phantom Titan is going to activate and he's going to fire his barrage missile launcher at these 2 guys in the building, so I'll just deal with that straight away. 6s and 4s to hit, so Hail Mary really. Nope. The las cannon is going to fire into the Warhound, so 3+s, 2 hits.
Okay, where do you want to go?
So I'll go for these, I'll go for the legs.
Top legs.
Right, missed.
Down. Still the legs.
So, yeah, so -2.
And is so 4+.
He survives again. Okay, so the big moment now. The pulsars into this Reaver.
Sure.
Come on, no 1s please. He just scrapes a 1 hit, so D6 hits. Hey, 5, okay. Right.
Jeez, here we go. Right.
Head all the way. First hit, left.
That's going to be a weapon. 2+, what is it, minus?
-2.
-2. That's fine.
Okay, second hit. Head,
Head.
-2.
So 3+. It's fine.
Third hit. Head.
Oh, it's through it.
Come on. I don't believe it.
Slid.
Okay.
Calf halved.
Okay.
Hitted.
So
So do 2 more.
2 more, yeah. Head again. Saved. Last one. Head. Well done.
I don't know.
Unbelievable the punishment he's taken.
Absolutely. My advanced fire phase, and I'm going to use this Thunderhawk, so it's going to fire its rocket barrage. 5 dice here in total. 2 purples are the prism cannons, blues are the falcon, and the red is the tempest. All hitting on 4s, did I say? Yeah. Nothing, just the tempest, or not the tempest, the prism cannon, sorry, that's a -2. -3, in fact, with the
Shoot the
shoot the thin part rule.
3 plus, so I need a 6. Nope, and he's... so my Titan, what a waste of a Titan. He's going to fire his barrage missile launcher at these guys. 2 las cannons at these, 1 heat lance at him. There's also a rhino around here that will fire the heat lance. So fire the heat lance, which is 2 pluses. So the land speeder first. Hit, he's dead. And he's dead as well.
Wonderful.
2 las cannon at the 2 land speeders, 3 pluses. 1's gone. And what have we got under here? 2 rhinos and
Yep.
assault stand, 5 or 6s. All 3. Now you roll well.
And that's a minus something.
-2.
-2,
So
so they're dead.
Well, 6s for the rhinos.
6s for the rhinos, yeah. No. This Reaver, who hasn't done too much this game, has got a nice line of sight into the Warlock, who's soaked up a lot of damage this game. So I'm just going to do everything into him. So that's 4 barrels from the Gatling Blaster hitting on 5s. Got the rocket launcher hitting on 4s, which is the green dice, and then I've got the blue dice, which are going to be turbo laser destructor hitting on 3s. So let's just see what we get.
Woofed.
Not bad, not
Yeah,
bad.
that's
So yeah, 2 Gatling blasters, so they're -1s.
Side damage, wasn't it?
Over the top of the legs there. Right, so first of all, these ones at the are just -1 hit, and then hit on the bottom leg as well. Okay.
So
it's -1, so it's a 3 plus for that one.
Failed.
Through. So 4.
Probably cripples or something.
Probably, yeah, heavily damaged roll at the end phase, yada yada yada.
Second one, which is slightly better.
Slightly better. It's
Saved.
fine, okay. And then we'll do the rocket launcher, which is a -2, I think I said. Yep. We'll go for that leg again. Left is a miss. And then turbo laser destructors. First one into the leg, top of the leg. It's a miss, and then it's a hit. So that's a -2.
So 4 plus. Saved.
Good. Okay, so you've got nothing left, Gordon. Advanced fire, is that right?
Correct.
Fair to say. So I'll just start working my way across. So I've got the Land Raider here. He's going to fire into this Warlock, of course.
Kind of want you to do it.
Well,
just so we can see a Titan die.
One hit.
Okay. Your target dice. Go for the head, I
yes,
take it.
please, let's go for that head. Yep,
Yeah.
one head. -8.
Oh, you're
we're
through.
And there's cumulative damage potentially here as
Plus
well.
1.
Ugh.
Yeah, damaged again.
Calf halved again. And how can you half a half?
Yeah.
Might just, if I could charge him next turn, I'd be quite happy. Right, this Razorback is going to do something similar. 2 dice, he's within range, so nothing. God, right.
I think all our Titans have got hexes on them or something.
Yeah, I think the witch sight's still active. Take that Land Raider. It's actually the middle one that didn't get schmucked, and I'll go into the Wave Serpent. Yep. So 2 dice, 1 hit, -3. We say
2, as usual. -2. 3 plus, but -2, so he's gone.
excellent. Okay.
An objective. Though.
Yeah, that's actually quite an important one. Well, not really, but it's
We'll see.
it's something. Big Titan lad over here. What can he see? Disappointingly, he's not actually got range or line of sight of very much, but I can get a quake cannon shot off onto these falcons under there. So that'll be
3 plus.
2 of them hitting on 3s. Both hit.
And -3, so 6s. Nope.
Indeed. Coming round here. Oh, I've got the little dreadnought that could He's behind there. He's going to take a shot at this phantom. So he's got, it's a miss. Okay, so in the end phase, he's going to do some break tests. So Gordon's more or less broken. He's broken all my infantry companies. So we'll start with the squad of Devastators. They're fine. Squad of jump pack guys. They're fine. Scouts are gone. This Marine detachment's fine. Death Company are not bothered. These Assault Marines are still okay. Devastators here are okay, and Assault Marines at the back there, fine. Land Speeder is fine. Okay, so just the Scouts really that bottled it. That makes sense.
The objectives I've taken are this one.
Yep.
There's one under the woods there.
Mm-hmm.
You've still on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that one, and I've got that one. So that's my 4.
Yep.
The Warhound's still camping there. Objective there is held, and you've also held that deep objective there.
Okay, so end of turn 2, another absolute slogfest.
Mm-hmm.
And still no Titans have died at all, which is a bit mad considering the amount of firepower we've focused on them on both sides. But here we are. We just ran through the kills and objectives there. So Gordon, you're on 49 points. You've taken 29 points worth of kills from me, and you've got your 4 objectives. So
yeah, you've got 4 objectives as well, and you only got a couple extra points in breakage. You said 2 points for the Wave Serpents, 1 for the Death Stalker Prison Cannon.
Yeah.
So total you've only got 14 points, so you're on 34, so 49 to 34.
Yeah. So we worked out, what is it? There'd be another 6 points in it to secure victory.
Yeah, assuming that no objectives changed hands, 6 points I would need, which would be breaking it. If I could break your Land Raiders, which I unusually didn't actually target much this game, or take a couple of these Titans down, but who knows?
Yeah, we've kind of played the game out in our heads for the next turn and decided that I'm going to concede on this one. We reckon we could probably slog it out for even another couple of turns with these Titans, but the objectives are going to be fairly stagnant, I think. And then obviously with Gordon's Tempest being able to just sit back and pick away at things, I don't think I'll be able to advance much. Plus, most of my guys are in kind of disarray now. I've got quite a lot of the force stacked over on this side for one objective, which isn't really worthwhile. It would take me multiple turns to get redeployed and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of ended in a bit of a stalemate. But I'm happy to concede on that one because he's definitely done the damage to me. Show you it kind of looks like I've already packed up here with the amount of casualties on the deck. So yeah, it's been a bit of a slaughter for the Blood Angels. So they're going to cut their losses and live to fight another day. And there's the Eldar kind of relatively unscathed apart from those jet bikes, really.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was a good game though.
That's good.
Like I say, it was a very stressful one. I don't know. I found it quite tough. I always find it tough with using Marines and Titans because even though the Marines have got a lot of mobility, I still feel like so much is won and lost in the setup with them and the deployment. And again, with Titans, I could have maybe optimised the loadout a wee bit more to have some long range ones and shorter range ones. But all in all, I think I did as much as I could, given the opponent, given the Eldar and their pop-up attacks. I kind of had to throw myself forward in the first turn to get a chance of anything, and it didn't really fall to my favour. They kind of got cut down a bit. So yeah, very tough. What about you, Gordon? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I made a big mistake at the start of it, which was before I deployed, I was thinking I'll put all 3 Titans down one flank, and like I mentioned at the start of my battle plan, I was wanting to kind of overwhelm this flank. I should have went all 3. Because really, I was trying to mix up the weapons because normally my loadout for Titans is always pulsar, pulsar. To be honest, I think if I'd just done that, these might well have been gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the heat lance, if I'd used with certainly these guys being stripped out, if that third Titan have been in it, it might have made a difference in killing at least one of these two. And that would have, if I'd taken them both, that would have just won the game outright. So I'm a bit annoyed with myself because especially Heat Lance was totally useless, that Titan. It was tied up behind those buildings in the far corner there, which was it wasn't good. The rest of it, you know, like my Tempests and my Grav tanks, they all did what they were supposed to. They weren't that effective. I was missing a lot. I was quite frustrated by the dice today, but I think we both were. I think we both
absolutely.
missing a lot of things. This kind of played out. I thought there was going to be a lot more focus on this here, this objective, because you had so much close combat stuff.
I mean, I think because you still had the edge with me in close combat, and obviously the Avatar being more or less unstoppable in close combat, it kind of put me off focusing too much onto it. And then I can't remember, it was quite early in the start of turn 1, stuff happened over here which forced my hand to move up. I think it was having those Devastators on charge orders because of the Black Rage or whatever at the start pushed them a bit further than I wanted to. So I mean, I think obviously the turning point for me, both morally and with the weapons, was your Wave Serpents doing their attack. That really completely wiped out this whole infantry section here and a good chunk of the fire support, so that was a tough one to recover from. But again, it's just you know they're deadly from the get-go. It's just very hard to counter them.
They're an interesting one. I mean, that literally is the first time I've ever used that, and the reason I've never used it before is because it's somebody was telling me use that on the channel, and I've never really wanted to use it because I just don't like the idea of it. I don't like how powerful it is. It does seem completely OP. I mean, imagine having a whole army of those. Like if you took loads of them, you could just like totally annihilate your opponent. And I don't really like that stuff. I like, in my head, there's things which are balanced in the games and things which aren't.
Yeah.
And I think that one for me is a bit of a deal breaker. I didn't feel good. I don't like that because it doesn't feel fair. I mean, it was great from the intent of what it did.
Still did it, but you know.
Still did it. I think it might be a one-off. I think I might revert back to the gentleman's agreement in future. And
potentially, I think it's fine. Like you say, having a unit of them is, you know they're a threat. You know to avoid them. You know there is workarounds for them. I think my original plan had said I was going to use the Thunderhawks to get in behind them and drop troops in to attack them from behind.
That would have done it. No.
I know, I didn't. The problem is that with the Thunderhawks, for me especially, I made a bit of a mess with them as well by putting the Dreadnoughts and Scouts into them instead of the Assault Marines. I should have used that because then you can keep the Thunderhawks flying, Assault Marines can decant, and the Thunderhawks can stay up, and you effectively gain an extra turn of them doing that way. But I just didn't want to sacrifice the Rhinos for some stupid reason. So that's another. I think that's a kind of broken combination for the Marines, is using Assault Marines and Thunderhawks and dropping them out as you go. That's a kind of. It's not quite as broken as the Wave Serpents, but it's
it's pretty broken. I mean, I think that the deep strike units in particular are the most breakable. The things that really wreck the game. Yeah. And we saw that obviously a few battles back in the Hellbore. Completely just the game was already over when it emerged in turn 1 before I had moved anything, and it just with the squad's firepower overwhelmed them. So I'm not very keen on the likes of Thunderhawks. I'm not very keen on tunnelers and things like that. Cause it's kind of fun to do it as a one or two times, but then it's not really fun overall. I think
it's a shame because they obviously are the iconic units for these forces when you talk about Scots and tunnelers and Marines and Thunderhawks, and obviously Marines and drop pods as well, because I was thinking obviously drop pods, the whole Devastator company dropped into there, or the Assault Marines even could have overwhelmed your Tempests. But we're too nice to each other potentially.
Apart from that time when I fired the Wave Serpents.
Yes,
that wasn't so nice.
But maybe that's been, like I say, this has been a long time coming after my Tunneler squat game against you and my Tyranids as well. So I think you needed it, and I'm happy that you got it.
I was fairly demoralised after those ones, I must admit.
I'm happy. It means there's probably more games to come, which is good. My freshly painted Hunter Stalkers as well did absolutely hee-haw, because they need to be on first fire to do anything, and they've only got a 75 centimetre range, so they're kind of meh. They're probably good as like backline defence against like jetbikes coming in. I think if I'd been smart about this and maybe cheated and looked at where you deployed your jetbikes, I could have maybe had them over this side. I used them to obviously screen against these jet pikes, but that's the joys of a hidden deployment. Yes, but yeah, all in all, good fun was had.
Yeah, it was good playing a large scale game again because it's been so long.
Yeah.
These will be more kind of one-off event games, and
yeah, it does take a long time to get through one. Obviously, we didn't complete this one. I think it'd be tough to do one without a bit more forward planning, maybe. And I think maybe 4,000 points could be a next one to try.
Yeah, we'll probably go back to the smaller board, but we'll try and make sure there's more, because the 3K games we're really not using Titans, we're tending just to use vehicles and infantry, and the game should have Titans in it. It's good
Absolutely,
to have them in it.
Yeah, it's a bit more cinematic. So yeah, I think that's the agreement, is we'll do a 4K game and forcing ourselves to bring a Titan.
Or 1,000 points of Titans or something like that.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, thanks again, Craig, for giving us a game. It was good to play. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and yeah, we'll be back for more epics soon. So until next time, keep on living a life of die.